Hello and welcome to this review of Kings Bay Gold Tropical Island. I can't read with my glasses on. Those are for far away. Up close, they blind me. Tropical Island style gold, Caribbean inspired, rum with natural flavor. 80 proof, 40% alcohol. So I did some research. Introduced in 1987, the trademark owner was and is Safeway grocery store chain, which is owned by Albertsons these days. So I was looking on the Albertsons website. They got it posted right there, and they said that the owner, the producer, yeah, that's what they say, produced by the Sazerac Company. Who else? The Sazerac. Bottled by the Founders Company, Louisville, Kentucky. Well, the Founders Company is owned by Sazerac. So, okay. It's been on the market going on 40 years, 38 years on the market. It's very light. This is a rum with natural flavors, not a pure rum, but yeah, you're allowed to add flavoring to rum, but I think they exceeded the allowance, so it's probably registered today as a distilled spirit specialty, which means doesn't fit the category, but they can still sell it. So I've been setting on this bottle for about 2 years. It was like $5.98 at Albertsons, and I was looking on their website just now, just looking at their website, and they've got the big handles for $13.99 today. $13.99. So it's amazing that this has been on the market for 38 years, but I couldn't find any video reviews for it, which I couldn't find any written reviews except on the Albertsons, Safeway, Jewel Osco websites. They had written reviews there. If you register with them, they have that. So, and I think I do have an account with Albertsons. I bet they don't have that store in my town. I just made an account so I can make reviews of it. But is it a private label for Albertsons, Jewel Oscos, Safeway, Pavilions, Shaw's? I don't know if it is, but it probably is. The trademark is owned by Safeway, so. Now, if Albertsons and Kroger work out their dispute and they become one unit, you might see this at the Kroger stores and their subsidiaries. So it says Kings Bay, no apostrophe, Kings Bay trademark. Now, island style, because you know what? In 2018, they opened a new distillery in Western Kentucky. And Glenmore Distillery distills rum. And Glenmore has been owned by Sazerac for a few years. And nothing says rum like Kentucky. So that's why they say Caribbean style. Now I remember years ago, before they opened that new distillery, they said Kings Bay Caribbean rum. Back when Sazerac was sourcing it from some partners in the Caribbean islands, but now they make it right there in Western Kentucky. And I've been to Kentucky many times. More well known for bourbon, right? But yes, rum. Okay, I sloshed it a little bit. My mistake. All right, so it's very pale. Very pale. If they're adding coloring, I don't believe they're adding coloring. It's just too pale. So it's just barely gold. It's probably aged in an oak barrel for 2 months, 3 months maximum. I can't imagine it'd be more than that, but let's go with the aroma. Never had this in my life. Haven't seen a video review. Couldn't find any. Or written review, couldn't find any. All right, I mean, aside from the Albertsons Company's websites, like I said, you can write your own review there. All right. It smells, well, like just generalized alcohol. But there's a little something to it, a little sugarcane noticeability, pickup, and the average scores were very high actually on their website. So yeah, it's sugarcane, generalized alcohol, maybe that first, and then you get the oak barrels, uncharred, I would think. Cheers to Kentucky. Cheers to rum. It doesn't sound right saying those two things together. All right, cheers, taste. They have some rum producers in Louisiana too, by the way. Is it really that much worse than Bacardi Gold or Castillo Gold or Ronrico Gold? Probably not really much worse, if it's worse. I think it's kind of a toss-up. You can try some lower tier rums, brandy, whiskey. Maybe it doesn't work out and no good, but you say, well, I paid $5.98 for that 750 milliliter. Well, where was the risk factor, right? So that's what I paid for this. So I think it's worth it. If it's a dog, just avoid it. You could probably still drink it, but if it's a winner like this, keep buying it. This is a winner. The sweetness is measured. The flavoring, does it say that? Natural flavor. Yeah. Which they don't have to put on the bottle. But I think since they exceeded the 2.5%, they probably had to put it. A DSS, a distilled spirit specialty, has to explicitly describe what's in the bottle, which is actually a benefit. It might be a tweak of vanilla extract, maybe some orange, what you call that, zest. Body's light to medium, so low medium. The finish is dry. Could this be used in cocktails? I assume they're talking about, if you look on the Albertsons or Jewel Osco website, it's about the first thing they talk about is what cocktails you can make with it. It has some nice lacing. You know, the alcohol eggs, I guess, lacing in beer. These are like drips. Yeah. Would I be out to run it down and I gotta buy it? Obviously not. But like I said, with brands like Ronrico, Bacardi, Castillo, probably not up to the level of like Don Q, Gold, but not much below it. So can Kentucky make good rum? Well, yeah, you take sugar cane, you distill it, age it minimally, add flavoring to mask things, probably, yeah. But I think I've been coughing lately because they got these flowering bushes outside, right outside, and they're just loaded with yellow flowers, and the honeybees are going berserk. And I think there's pollen. You say pollen in the fall. I think there are autumn flowering plants. But thankfully it hadn't gotten in my nose. It's a very pleasant product. Is it that different from other Sazerac rums? Honestly, no. So if you can find it for $5.98, and there's evidence, current evidence that you can, I would say try it out.